how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the all-new Lamborghini Temerario from a first-person point of view out here in Canada for Experienza Neve. We're going to be drifting this on an ice track. At the heart of the Temerario is an all-new 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 that revs to 10,000 RPM. That's right, 10,000. Combined with 3 electric motors, it makes a total of 907 horsepower. Now remember, this is the first iteration of the replacement to the Huracan, so likely power numbers are going to get even crazier from here, and it's already mind-blowingly fast. 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds, quarter mile in 9.6, and onto a top speed of 213 miles an hour. Now on the inside, space has been increased tremendously from the Huracan. We now have enough headroom for a 6'5" passenger and driver wearing helmets to comfortably fit inside the car. We've got these awesome manually adjustable sport bucket seats. Let's go ahead and hop in. Inside of the Temerario now, and the interior is leagues beyond what we had in the Huracan. I love these full carbon fiber door cards. It feels so much roomier in here and doesn't feel claustrophobic whatsoever. Gorgeous carbon fiber steering wheel with some buttons we absolutely have to talk about. So like the Revuelto, this is a hybrid and it has various modes like performance mode, gives you the full 907 horsepower, hybrid mode, or recharge if you want to recharge the battery, because this can drive in full EV mode, which you can see with this button right here. We've got the front lift over here, turning indicators, brights over here, windshield wipers, but this is the coolest button ever. So right now we are in Cheetah mode, which can go into full electric, so you can drive this emissions-free, super quietly. Then you put it into Strada mode or street mode. The dash changes a little bit. We'll go over to sport mode. You can feel the engine just fired up a little bit more. Really cool instrument cluster. Now we are in Corsa mode that gives you an absolutely insane instrument cluster, kind of a modernized version of what we first saw in the Aventador SV or the Huracan Evo. I absolutely love that. Now, how insane is this? Now that we are in Corsa mode, if we press and hold this button right here, up on the dash pops drift mode, click it one more time to confirm, and we have 3 different levels of drifting available. So it'll increase your slip angle depending upon what level you are in, and it even shows you that on the screen. Level 3 drift, that's absolutely epic. Some big differences in the front. We've got these awesome hexagonal shaped daytime running lights that also function as an air duct to cool the brakes. Now the headlights have a dual purpose as well. As you can see here, there's a gap right there. Air can pass up and over the hood, creating additional downforce. Now, speaking of downforce, the optional Allegerita package provides a whole bunch of carbon fiber for weight savings of up to 55 pounds, but we also get this massive rear spoiler, some extra aero elements for a total downforce increase of 67% over the non-Allegerita package. Now, one of my favorite parts of the car is, look how much tire you can see from the rear. Now we've got studs on the tire because we are in ice, but it reminds me kind of like a motorbike, which a lot of this has been inspired by, and considering the fact it revs to 10,000 RPM, it is kind of like a street leader bike shaped like a Lamborghini. Some people have compared it to the STO, saying maybe it's not quite as extreme, but remember, there will likely be a Superleggera or an STO or Performante variant of this in the future. All right, let's go ahead and hop inside the car now. The multimedia interface is fantastic as well. Touchscreen, it's beautiful in terms of its graphics. And then if you grab a widget with 2 fingers, you can slide it over to the passenger display. So the passenger now can see how fast you're going, which can be good and bad, but you can change the controls and what you can view, obviously, on the passenger display. Really cool integration of the speaker system as well. I am in love with this car. I'm so excited to drift this out on the track and see what it's like to rev to 10,000 RPM. Now, like all Lamborghinis, we've got this awesome flip-up fighter jet style stop-start button, very similar reverse to the Lamborghini Huracan, same with these buttons here, but the overall thing feels so much more advanced and so much more upscale than the last generation. All right, let's see what it's like to drive. That is only 8,000 RPM, and it sounds insane. first time behind the wheel of the all-new Temerario in quite a unique situation. 907 horsepower on the snow. We're gonna take this out on the dry and drive it through some canyons in the coming weeks, but being able to experience this in a very unique setting is honestly awesome. We just drove the Urus SE as well as the Revuelto. Obviously very different experiences, so I'm curious to see what this is like compared to the Revuelto. Feels instantly much lighter on its feet. And I'm very interested to see how this thing slides. So we're in Corsa ESC off performance mode, and we'll wait for the green light, and we are good to go. We have a drift mode, but I imagine that's more geared towards when you're on dry pavement than on the snow. So we'll see. Oh yeah, this thing wants to slide immediately. So one thing I've heard from a lot of respectable auto journalists is how playful this car is. While the Revuelto is this brute force beast that's very fast, this one is geared more towards having fun than all-out lap times. And you can the second it breaks traction, this thing is a handful. So we'll work our way up. Just the smallest inputs. Oh, this is awesome. And like the Revuelto, honestly, even though this surface is quite bumpy, it feels like it soaks up the bumps very nicely for an aggressive supercar. All right, this left-hander is always really fun. Oh wow, yeah, it wants to swing the tail out immediately. There we go.
Counter shift more. There you go.
One thing I notice is it has instantaneous throttle response. Both that high revving V8 and the electric hybrid powertrain make for a very linear power band. Obviously, we're so low in the RPM ranges. This thing is capable of 10,000 RPM redline, which is not necessary whatsoever in these conditions, but oh man, this thing is awesome. Section of the track is extremely bumpy. There is a button on the left-hand side of the steering wheel that controls the suspension firmness. We are in soft mode, and I don't think I would want to put it on hard mode in the ice here. Man, the inputs, you got to be really sensitive with this thing. So on the lower RPM ranges, it definitely feels a bit quieter and more tame engine note-wise than a Huracan, but I revved it a couple times when we were on the flat all the way up to redline, and oh my god, this thing actually screams and has this like vibration into the cabin that's incredibly pleasing. Don't want to hit that ice block. See, in the Uruses, when you're in Sabia mode, it's got the ground clearance of a monster truck, but I'm not trying to beach this thing. Oh my gosh. This thing is awesome. So we got an 8-speed DCT. This is pretty much a second gear type of track, so I'll shift a little bit just to play with the gearbox, but I mean, instantaneous shift response as expected. Obviously, the Revuelto that I've had a fair amount of seat time in has a similar transmission, but wow. What a car. So obviously, I'm going to be doing a full review on the vehicle when we get it into the dry, spend a few days with the car to get more familiarized, but initial impressions, this thing is a freaking riot. And I think what's insane to me is the level of performance Lamborghini is offering at the price point. I mean, compared to the Huracan, my LP610 had 600 horsepower. This thing has 907 with a factory warranty. And Motor Trend just actually tested it and recorded this as the fastest internal combustion engine car in the quarter mile they've ever tested at 9.6 seconds. And this is just the first variant of the Temerario. It's only gonna get more extreme from here as we have a Performante Superleggera or STO. And it also already has insane look. So once you add a big fixed wing on this thing, which I'm anticipating at some point, or a bigger ducktail like the Leggera package, but more extreme, this thing is going to look outrageous. All right, just because I know somebody will complain if we don't get anywhere near redline, we'll do one little pull on a straightaway and try to keep the car completely straight. Obviously, it's not gonna accelerate very much, but to hear it at the upper RPM ranges. Okay, I'm sorry. To people who say that it's a crime they got rid of the V10, look, I've had 4 V10 Lamborghinis. I'm in love with the sound, but that is something different. It doesn't come across on camera, actually. My friend just texted me, he said, what does the Temerario sound like? And I sent him a sound clip on my phone, and I said, never mind, it doesn't sound like that whatsoever. In person, it's a lot more spine tingling and almost feels like you're on a S1000 RR with a Lamborghini Bull badge. What an experience. This thing is just sick. Wow, what an experience. That is outrageous. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.